Hi guys, Chico with He Provides. Excuse me. I wonder what it is that when you get old you get this thing where you need to clear your throat all the time. I hate it. It's a huge problem, a huge distraction. So anyway, if you know, let me know please. I think it's an old folks issue. Why am I sitting here with a newspaper in front of me? I'm glad you asked. There's been a little bit of a unsureness in us pairing couponing with homesteading. Often the two seem to go against each other. Couponing, a lot of processed food. Homesteading, healthy food. We addressed in the video why we love to coupon, and I'll link that video right there. We addressed that. If we save 40 to 60% on our overall grocery bill, that frees up money to buy healthy food, to buy organic produce and things like that. There's some other things that conflict a little. You get, with couponing, you tend to buy a lot of shampoos and lotions and household cleaning supplies, stuff like that. It kind of conflicts a little because for a long time we make our own lotions, we make our own toothpaste, our own laundry detergent, yada yada, stuff like that. But there's an opportunity to pair. All of the stuff that we need to make the laundry detergent we now buy through couponing. We can keep doing it, but we also do buy the laundry detergent. If our schedule gets such where we don't have time to make it, we can fall back on this, but we pick up the ingredients cheap. A lot of the ingredients for our lotion we can buy couponing. Same with toothpaste. So there's a little conflict, but there's also ways to make them the two gel. The newspaper is one of those ways. Here's the thing. I buy 2 newspapers every Sunday. And I only started since I began couponing because this is like the #1 place to go to for your coupons. But I hate waste. Literally hate waste. So how can I buy this big stack? And usually they're a lot thicker. How can I buy this big stack and pull out the little thin thing of inserts and justify that? I'll show you. We've just made a change. And I'll tell you why. But first thing I do is I open it up. And I pull out the ads. Because the ads are my roadmap on how we're going to save money and how we're going to help other folks. Walgreens, Menards, Target, the classifieds. I pull the classifieds out. One of our children, maybe 2, are kind of looking for a job. Classifieds is a great place to look. Back in my day, that was the best place to look. A lot of stuff online now, but it's hard to beat the old-fashioned black and white classifieds. Sunday Funnies. I read those. I like them. I've always liked them. But years and years ago, I used to save the funnies and I wrapped the kids' Christmas presents in it and birthday presents. They thought it was cool. So since we've went back to buying newspapers, we're going back to wrapping presents in them. So we save those. Here's our insert. Sometimes there's none, sometimes 1, sometimes 3 or 4. Excuse me, had a big lunch. There's only one this week that I found so far, and it's actually pretty thin. Not a lot in there, but I'll make my money. There's one coupon that I will use that's $4 off. The paper was $2. I'll be alright. Best Buy. These usually just go straight in the recycle tub. My CVS ad that I use a lot. And for some reason there's 2 Menards in this one. Sports section don't need. Front page don't need. Attractions. If we know we're going to have free time, we'll use that. If not, we go on. Nation and World. Sometimes I read the headlines, sometimes not. Most of this stuff I either it either kind of turns my stomach or I don't believe it or whatever, but I pretty well skip over it. So that leaves this much of the paper that's rarely going to get used. How can I make this work? It come to me last night as I was working with the chickens. We use a lot for their bedding, and they are poop machines. So we've got to change it weekly. We've used hay. We've used grass clippings. We have used the wood chips that you've seen in so many of our videos. But originally our plan was to take this newspaper and we were going to use it for landscaping. We were going to put it down anywhere that we put wood chips underneath it, kind of a weed barrier. And this newspaper also kind of feeds the soil. So that was what we were going to do. And it came to me last night when I was out in the chickens that we change their bedding so often and hay's kind of costly. How can I make this work? And it came to me that when I'm watching TV or your videos or couponing videos, homesteading videos, or anything like that, I can simply do this while I'm doing that. It won't waste any time, won't cost me anything. And this newspaper is going to get a second life. It's going to be bedding for our chickens. Obviously they're going to poop all over it, and next week I'm going to change it out. But this newspaper is going to get a third life. When we clean out the chicken coop, we put it all in a bucket or the wheelbarrow, whichever handiest, and we dump it in the compost and we'll turn it. This will be composted and it will go back onto our raised beds next year or the year after, however it works out. Because we keep compost piles going year round, 365 days a year. So this will go back, we'll get it, we'll read the headlines, we'll take what we need, we'll use what we want, we'll shred it, it'll be chicken bedding, then it'll come out of chickens and it'll be compost. And then when the compost is all done and all broke down, it'll go back onto our plants. So I just want to show you that we really want to get the most out of every resource that he provides, including a newspaper. So there you have it. Shredded newspaper for chicken bedding. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment in the section below. Are we squeezing all the use we can out of this? Are we getting value for our pennies spent? Is there any reason we shouldn't be using shredded newspaper? And it's soy ink, by the way. Any reason we shouldn't be using shredded newspaper for chicken bedding? You can find us across social media at He Provides Homestead. We couldn't do this without your support. And every time you watch a video, it helps our family. Godspeed.